Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing well. This video was much requested from my Chanel bag unboxing. I will leave that video down below if you'd like to watch it. But basically this is my tips and kind of a quick review of buying on Fashionphile, which is where I got my Chanel bag. So I have put together 5 tips for you on my phone that I would love to share with you based on my experience. I haven't bought on Fashionphile a whole lot, but I was really thoughtful about it, and I did have some tips that I wanted to share that will hopefully help you if you are researching a high-end bag or luxury goods in general and wanted some advice on how to shop. So let's get started. So tip number 1 is to research your bag or the item that you are interested in. If you're going to be spending a lot of money on something, it's really important that you understand if that item is really going to work for you in your everyday life. You want to get as much use out of it as possible, unless you are trying to kind of add to your collection. But in general, when you are making kind of a hefty investment in something, you want to look up reviews, watch videos on YouTube, watch other unboxings by people. Try to also see, especially for handbags, look for videos that might have people trying them on their shoulder and see if they mention how tall they are, to get a sense of how that item, that bag might look on you, and also how much it holds inside. So I guess I'm being pretty specific around buying a handbag. Watching a lot of other videos really helped me understand what size Chanel bag I really wanted, because I needed to get a sense of how much the bag would hold, what it looks like on, how heavy does it get. All that kind of stuff was stuff that I wanted to know in advance, so that I could make the best possible decision. So research the bag, look for reviews, and definitely watch tons of videos. Tip number 2. You want to go ahead and maybe set up an alert on Fashionphile or look at other shopping websites to get a sense of price. And it's good to watch price on your bag for a little while, meaning look at comparable sites, look at other offers, look at the price versus the condition of the bags, especially when you're, on the pre-loved market. Watching the price for that kind of a bag for me over time helped me really get a sense of what I felt would be a good price for me. So, one person might be willing to pay, I don't know, $2,000 for a Gucci bag, and depending on you, you might be interested in only buying it if it falls below $1,800, let's say. I don't know. It's up to you and it depends on your comfort level, but watching the price over time on Fashionphile for that type of a bag really will help you understand like what kind of budget you want to keep in mind. And once you set a budget, that will help you not exceed the budget and kind of fall down a slippery slope. So my second recommendation is to watch price for a little while. And you can do this really easily on Fashionphile by setting up an alert. And what it can do is, if you set up an account with them, you can just put in some keywords. And let's say you want to shop for the Louis Vuitton Pochette Métis bag. You can just put in those keywords and it will email you once that bag pops up and there's new offers against that type of a bag. Or if you select some of the items as favorites, it will get saved. It's a little heart icon on each page, on each product. It'll get saved to your favorites list, and anytime the price drops on it, I believe it will automatically email you. So if you kind of set that up for yourself and watch it over time, you'll get a sense for what kind of price that item typically goes for, meaning how low will it tend to go? How low will the price go before that item tends to sell out? And that'll help you kind of gauge what your comfort level is around spend. Tip number 3 that I have for you is get to know the return policy. It's really important that you understand how Fashionphile's return policy works. So when your item comes from Fashionphile, there is a Fashionphile branded tag that they put on the bag, and you do not want to cut this. If you are going to do a return, that tag needs to be still on there. So Read through the return policy, make sure you really understand it, consider that carefully before you go ahead and pull the trigger. A lot of times different sites might have different policies, so don't take that for granted. Make sure that you read it completely and understand thoroughly what it might look like if you need to process a return for any reason. Tip number 4, and I have not seen this mentioned on other videos, so hopefully this is new to you. It was new to me, but Fashionphile requires signature on delivery of these higher priced goods. And so you actually want to shop in a way and like figure out your shipping in a way so that you are home on the day that your item arrives, unless you can ship it to your place of work or you'll have somebody else at home who can sign for your item. But what happens is if you're not home for it, you might have to go to your local post office to go and then pick it up. So it becomes an errand that you have to go and run. Make your purchase enough days in advance such that you know that you'll be home the day it arrives, or someone else will be home when it arrives, or ship it to your place of work or somewhere that, you know, a mail office will sign for it and bring it to you, or you can pick it up from the office. So what I had done in that case is I paid for 2-day shipping. So I think I made my purchase on a Sunday, and so I knew that I was going to be home Tuesday, and I had kind of, you know, worked backwards on from the shipping schedule listed on Fashionphile's site, and I knew that if I paid for 2-day shipping, it would be there on Tuesday, and I was going to be home. I was going to have Tuesday off anyway. So that's how I made sure that I was going to be home to actually sign for it. And tip number 5, I kind of covered this already in knowing the return policy, but this is related to leaving the tag on. So I already mentioned that Fashionphile puts their own specific tag on it, which is required if you're going to return the item. But my tip here is, suppose your item arrives, you absolutely love it, you're over the moon, you're just thrilled, the endorphins are rushing in your mind. Still, I would say leave the tag on for a couple of weeks, not just a couple of days or hours. I would say leave the tag on for a full week or 2 so that you have time to let the initial endorphin rush cool off and you're back in your right mind, and you have time to try it on with different outfits. You have time to put your usual amount of things in and see if the bag is heavy, see if you really actually like it on yourself, or maybe you just fell in love with the idea of this bag. I think it's really important to, not just with high price things, but other things as well, leave the tags on for a little bit, really carefully consider your purchase, and make sure that you are cutting the tag once you're super happy with it and 100% sure that you want to keep the item. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I hope this really helped you understand some of my best tips for shopping on Fashionphile. I had a really smooth and seamless experience. In fact, after I had placed my order, the next day on Monday, I got a phone call from them confirming my order and my address and the shipment and everything. They also verified that I was indeed the person who made the order on the phone, which was absolutely wonderful. The customer service was great. I had no problems with my order. The shipment arrived well packaged and everything was great. They took my signature upon delivery and everything happened according to what I expected. So that's the most you can really ask for, which is just perfect. So I absolutely loved shopping on Fashionphile. My whole ordering experience was really smooth with them. I would certainly recommend Fashionphile to you if you are looking for a little bit of luxury pre-loved in your life. And I would certainly shop with them again. It was a great experience. So that's it for today's video. If you liked this, be sure to comment and subscribe for more, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye!